hello, everyone. Welcome to Willingness Wednesday. I am your coach, B.Von Squires, and today we're sponsored by Spirit Source Connection. Here at Spirit Source Connection, we believe that we're multidimensional spiritual beings and that we must address all components of who we are in order to arrive at homeostasis, which is a balance with our mind, our body, and our spirit. Alignment is a better word. So we're talking about homeostasis and alignment and just making sure that our mind, our bodies, and our spirits are in conjunction with each other, all moving in the same direction. And I know that can be kind of challenging from time to time. So I wanted to come on and talk to you about that a little bit tonight. Now, if you're new, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. You're so welcome here. This is a safe place for you. And if you're returning, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for coming here week after week to hear what I have to say. 3 years ago, we started Willingness Wednesday because I wanted to take my life to a new level. And wow, did my life ever go to a new level? I'm telling you, I came in here and I shared all kinds of wonderful things with you guys about a new mindset that I was adopting, the ability to vibrate on a higher frequency, paradigm shifts, all of that wonderful stuff that I learned about, and I was able to apply to my life. And as a result of that, my life is just totally unrecognizable today. But I'm just so grateful for the life that I have. Now, what we do know is that life does show up. And what I mean by that is life has a tendency to come, has it show up, right? It's already here. But what I'm saying is, in our lives, we are often presented with situations that we cannot control. And in my mind, I say that's life showing up. Life showing up, doing what life does. Life is lifing. What I want to tell you today is that you can get through anything. You can get through anything that happens in your life. And I want to help you understand how to do that tonight. I have found myself in a challenging situation. If you guys remember, back in July, I had a car accident. And as a result of that car accident, I've had to have some surgeries, and I haven't had them yet, but I am definitely scheduling them. And, I had to go through all of the physical therapy and all of that. It was definitely a trying situation, is a trying situation. But what I know about this is I needed to get some acceptance with the situation before I could move any further. I had to accept my situation for what it was. Not that I was giving up. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means taking another look at this to see the reality of the situation. Exactly how is this changing or affecting my life? And so I had to get some acceptance with the fact that, yes, you did have a car accident. And yes, there are some things that you're going to need to do moving forward. And so once I was able to get some acceptance with the situation, then I was able to stop being so angry about the situation. Yes, my whole life was turned upside down as a result of a car accident, and I was angry. I liked my life just the way it was. I liked being able to go to the gym and work out and do all kinds of wonderful things and not have to worry about aches and pains and shoulders and backs or any of that kind of thing that can happen in a car accident. But as a result, these are the things that I am faced with currently. And so now that I've gotten some acceptance with my situation, now I need to adapt to my situation. And what I mean by adapt, I mean that now I realize there's some things that I cannot do right now. Now I realize that financially, my funds are going to pay copays. My funds are going to support my healing as I go through this challenge in my life. I know that I can't go work out, which I love to do, but right now I can't do that. So I have to adapt. I have to adapt and keep myself healthy in other ways. What can I do? See, it's not about what I can't do anymore. It's about how can I adapt to this situation and find new creative ways to take care of myself. So adapting. Now, because I cannot do all the activities that I would like to do, I have to change the way that I eat. I have to consume meals that are not heavily calorie ridden. You know what I'm saying? And which I was always trying or doing my best to have a healthy diet, but sometimes I want ice cream. sometimes Sometimes I want cheesecake, and so I have to be mindful and adapt myself to my new situation. I have to be mindful. So the other thing I want to talk about is that we have to focus on the things that we can do. Like I was saying, it's not so much about what I can't do anymore. Now it's about what can I do. I live in a neighborhood where there is a dead end on my street. So there is no true through traffic. So I can walk up and down the street and get some exercise in. By the grace of God, I was able to get a hot tub. And so now my hot tub has become a part of my health care. Because guess what? It definitely relieves the aches and pains. It definitely makes it easier to sleep at night after sitting out there and taking care of my body. Now, financially, of course, I had to pay for the doggone thing, but it is definitely worth every dime that I had to pay for it. And I even got a saltwater hot tub so that it would be nice for my skin. Aging skin does not do well with chlorine. You know what I'm saying? And so I wanted to make sure that I was doing something good for my body all the way around. So had to think about that as well. So you focus on the things that you can do and not so much the things that you cannot do. We adapt to the situation because we've gotten some acceptance with our situation, right? All right. And so as we continue to move on, we want to take a look about, hey, we're going to need some support. Anytime you're going through something in your life that you cannot change, something that you cannot control, there's going to be there could be, how about that? There could be a sense of self-pity going on. So we want to make sure that we take away all that stinking thinking, all of that negative energy that we could possibly have. Now, what I have been able to learn over these years and what I've shared with you also is that the energy that we put out is what we're getting back. And so if I'm angry and chewing on nails and very upset, then I'm putting out that kind of energy and I'm going to get more of that. More reasons to be angry, more reasons to chew on nails. And who needs more reasons for that, right? And so what I've been able to understand is journaling, getting the thoughts out, getting the feelings out on paper is not the same as projecting that energy into the universe. And so when I take time to journal out my feelings, because we have to feel them. If you don't feel them, you can't heal them, right? And so journaling is a way of feeling my feelings without having to project negative energy into the universe. Oh my goodness, it is such a wonderful tool. And I hope that if you are going through something, you will take it from me and grab a notebook and a pen and just start writing down your feelings. It doesn't have to be anything specific. It doesn't have to be anything long. Just write until you don't want to write anymore. And if you can't write, just give yourself about 30 minutes to just sit there with a pen and paper. Draw some flowers, doodle a little bit if you want, until something comes to mind. And then when something comes to mind, you write it on down. Just jot it on down. That helps you not only to get out all of the negative thoughts and feelings, but it also helps you to get in touch with what you are actually feeling. Because a lot of times we can be in denial. Our minds can tell us, oh no, I can't believe this is happening to me. And from there, denial sets in, and so while we're trying to get some acceptance, while we're working on our adaptability, while we're focusing on the things that we can do as opposed to the things that we cannot do, we can write it all down in a journal. Nice place to keep everything in case there's something that you want to go back and review, right? Oh my goodness, I just love coming here talking to you guys and sharing my life with you and telling you all the things that I'm learning. Because if it can work for me, it can work for you too. And I'm sure we all have situations out there that are happening in our lives that we don't have any control over. But the thing I want you to know is that you have control over the way that you respond to the situation, right? And if you find that your response is not what you would like it to be, because guess what? It can be sometimes when you are frightened, when you're when you are in pain, when you have something lonely, angry, tired, too serious, or in pain, sometimes you will react in ways that you do not want to react. And so what we do is we learn how to respond appropriately to our situations. Now, we may not be able to change what's happening, but we can definitely change the way we look at it. We can look at it this is the way I like to look at things. Every situation I go through, there's always one or two components of it that I cannot change. And so, what is that telling me? Why is that here? And so, I always like to ask God, God, why? Why is this here? What are you trying to teach me? So, I believe that in every situation that we go through, there is a lesson and a blessing. And I tell you what, it's always true. If you take time to look at the lesson of it all, right? Then you can fall into the blessing of it all. Oh my goodness. I had a crazy experience happen in my life, and it was definitely a lesson to be learned. But afterwards, as I was sitting there thinking about the blessings kept coming and coming. And it was like I was able to identify so many blessings out of that situation that I can't even call it a bad thing anymore. Yes, of course, it was inconvenient. Yes, of course, it should have never happened. And I'm sorry that it happened to me. But there were so many blessings that came out of it that I know that it was an opportunity for me to learn and for God to bless me. Because He's always looking for ways to bless us, right? All right. So I just want to also tell you that you need to have support. Support. Now, I live in Virginia. Most of my friends and family live in Indiana. So I don't have a lot of physical support here. So I had to be very creative about the ways I get support. Of course, I use social media, and of course, I use Messenger, and I reach out to friends and family and ask questions about my situation. Has anybody had a rotator cuff surgery? Does anybody know of aftercare programs, for after I have my surgeries? Because I won't be able to take care of myself right away. So I need someone to take care of me. And so it's up to me to make sure that I have the support that I need. Now, I was kind of thinking in my mind that this is going to be difficult. This is not going to be, well, yeah, it's going to be difficult. You're having major surgery. Why wouldn't it be difficult? But it's not something that you can't get through. So I thought to myself, most times when I'm afraid of a situation, it's because I'm not prepared for the situation. So how can I prepare for this? What can I do? So I started thinking about ways that I can prepare for the surgery that's coming up. And I thought, okay, well, you have a handy dandy AI tool called Ruby, and Ruby can help you with a meal plan. So I'm going to go on Ruby probably next week. I'll take you guys with me if you want. I'm going to go on Ruby and see if she can't come up, well, together, of course, that we can come up with a nice meal plan for me, because I'm going to be pretty much sedentary, not being able to work out like I want, not being able to get out and be active like I want. I have to be mindful of my body and make sure that I'm feeding it appropriately, making sure that, I'm doing all of the things that I need to do in order to take care of my body, getting support from everyone, from everywhere, right? Now, I want to say we have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. And what I mean by that is making sure that we're eating appropriately, making sure that we're sleeping, making sure that we're asking for help when we need it or accepting it when it's offered, obviously when it's appropriate. But I want to tell you that you can get through anything as long as you have the right mindset, as long as you're connected to people that are positive, as long as you are practicing all of the positive things that I have shown you over these years, making sure that you're meditating, making sure that you're praying, making sure that you're journaling, and making sure that you're getting fresh air every day. I tell you what, there's something about fresh air that clears your mind, that just gives you a full sense of well-being when you can get outside and get some fresh air. And of course, springtime is coming, so that'll be really nice for you to get out and get some fresh air. And I'm talking to myself as well. But anyways, guys, I'm just really grateful to be able to share my experience with you. I'm grateful to be able to talk to you about what I'm going through, so that in the event that you are going through anything like this, that you have the tools that you need to get through it as well. And remember, now you may not be able to change the situations in your life, but you can have control over the way that you adapt to them. You can be resilient. You can stay positive, and remember that this too shall pass. Everything that's happening is going to pass at some point, but you're going to have to make your way from the front to the back, from the beginning to the end, and everything in between. But I'm here to help you process through all of that. And if you ever need support, if you ever need someone to talk to you or to help you understand what's going on in your life, you can always call me. Because I'm your coach, of course. My number is 317-828-3642, or you can reach me at b.vonsquires@gmail.com. I'm always here for you, and I'm always thinking of you and praying for you. And until I see you again, I'm going to ask God to bless you real good. I'm going to tell him or ask him to bring that thing that you're manifesting right on over to you. Just don't give up hope. Keep the faith. Keep up all of that positive energy and all of those positive actions moving forward, and you will receive everything that the universe has for you. Everything that God has planned for you is on its way to you now. All right, guys, I love you. I love you, and I believe in you, and I can't wait to see you again next week. I hope you enjoyed today. Today was just a little bit different than I had been doing, but I just wanted to come on and just be a little bit more personal about my situation, and because I need your prayers too. Prayers, everyone needs them. So if you have some positive things to say to your God of your understanding, I would certainly appreciate all of your warmth and all of your positive energy sending my way too. All right, guys, until I see you next time, that's going to do it for us tonight. And thank you so much again for allowing me to be your coach. And I will look forward to seeing you next week. All right, bye-bye. I love you.